Imagine I had filmed a whole 10 minutes video with no sound. I thought I had switched my mic on and it wasn't on. That is so sad. Also, the light in this room is off. That's why there's a shadow behind me. And I can't stand because my boss is down here feeding. This guy was asleep the whole time as I was setting up, as I was doing everything. The TV was on, Quran was playing. But no sooner had I decided to sit down and say hi, as I was testing the mic, boss decided I should be in that I should be in that video, and they're gonna pay me for appearance, and this is how I'm paying him. So I might be looking down. Yeah, just know that we have some little guy here. Baba, you okay? So hi guys, welcome to my video. Welcome to another video. This is the a very positive labor and delivery story. I have few videos here and there. I don't know if I'm gonna share them, but there are raw videos of me in the hospital, of our little Baba, how he came into this world. Assalamu alaikum Baba. Say ndo ameamka vizuri. Do you want me to change that? Kosa Baba. Hi guys, welcome to another video. I've been postponing this, but I thought today is the day to do it because my boss won't allow me. And I want to film my labor and delivery story of this beautiful handsome boy who is currently feeding down here. So let's just start. Let's just begin from the beginning, because if we don't do this today, I don't know when we're gonna do it. Hi, Bismillah. I gave birth at 41 plus like 2 days, 4 days, I don't know, because my due date was on 23rd of October 2022, and I gave birth on 28th of October 2022. So basically I filmed a video like this about my first trimester, how it went, how it was, and apparently I couldn't find the video. I don't know how. I looked for the video. I found the videos where I tested the mic. I found the videos, the short videos where I was setting up and everything. But in the end, I didn't find the main video where I gave the whole story about how my first trimester was. But one thing I want to tell you, I did enjoy my pregnancy. I enjoyed my pregnancy to the fullest, from the beginning to the end. Even if I was sick from the beginning to the end, even if I felt like crap from the beginning to the end. So welcome to the official labor and delivery story. I'll just go straight to the point, because at this point I need to be very swift. My boy needs me. He needs my attention. He's actually looking at me and I'm after a mosquito. Baba, are you okay? Alright, Alhamdulillah, to a very healthy baby boy. So I packed my bag since I think I was 36 weeks old, because I had done all my research. I had Nini Baba, you don't want me to talk about you. I had done all my research. I had exhausted everything I needed to know about natural delivery. I think I was so ready by that 6 weeks, because most of the people I talked to had not most, actually very few. Two of the people, of the close people I talked to, gave birth in their like 38, 30, half of 37, 38 weeks. You're trying to look and not see yourself. Wajua, this boy is used to selfies. Sasa yuangalia hivi hajioni. Anyway, so I packed very early and went to my mom's place very early, and I was so ready. I done everything. I did all my exercises. I did all everything that you could think of in regards to labor. And labor and delivery, the natural delivery, because I was so ready to have a vaginal birth and not C-section, and I always prayed not to have a C-section. I had a birth plan in my head, which I always prayed about. I have a friend, Zahra. She's one of the few people who took me throughout my pregnancy. She gave me tips for everything. She got me ready. She told me what to do, what not to do, tips, hacks, everything. يعني may Allah bless her. يعني a lot of things that I didn't know about and I had no one to ask. She was there for me. So she's also one of the people who prepared me mentally, physically. I want to say I had a hypnobirth, but no. Wait until I tell you the whole story, then you'll decide whether I had a hypnobirth or not. So at 38 weeks, one Saturday, like 2 weeks before my due date, I started feeling. Now, actually, 1 week before my due date, I started feeling. That is 39 weeks, right? I started feeling cramps, mild cramps. So I was like, wow, this is it, because I'd never felt like this before. The last time I had cramps was 15th of January. The last time I had my periods, that is when I had cramps. So I was wondering, what am I feeling? What is this? So I texted my brother because I had registered to deliver at Mombasa Hospital. So my brother was at Swahili Port. There was an event, and it's a walking distance, just next gate after Swahili Port, Mombasa Hospital. So I texted my brother and I was like, "Are you at Swahili Port? I might need a car that would drive me to Mombasa Hospital. So if you're at an event, just be on toes. I might be there anytime soon." So I had mild cramps. I had my supper very early, and I was monitoring it. It faded away, I think, after some hours. By 10, 11 p.m., it went away, and I went to sleep. I slept so sound, very calm, like a baby. As they say, I slept like a baby until after midnight, that is 1 a.m. I woke up, was it 1? No, it was 2 a.m. I woke up with very, very intense cramping. My stomach was feeling all types of way. My waist was breaking apart. Everything was just here and there, and I couldn't stand it. I I think I switched my light on, the bedroom light on, but I didn't want to wake up anyone. I didn't want to tell my mom. I didn't want to create a fuss. So I just sat in the room, and I was just like enduring going through the pain alone. And then I think my mom passed by. She was going to the loo. My room is on your way to the washroom. So she passed by and noticed the lights are on. So she came in and she found me laying down in the child pose. This is a term used in yoga. If you know the child pose, I was laying down like that, and she's like, "How are you feeling?" I told her, "These are very intense cramps," and she told me then what to do. "Do you have any discharge?" I'm like, "No, I don't." "How intense are they? How bad are they?" "You can talk." You're not ready. Since you can talk, you are not cramping. So because I can talk, she decided I am not cramping because I can talk. So she reminded me to pray. She told me, if Alhamdulillah, if you have nothing else to do, just go take wudu and do tahajjud and ask Allah whatever you want to ask Him. Because I'm also praying that you don't get into labor anytime after midnight. It is very risky and dangerous, because where we stay, no car would want to come pick us up. At my mom's place, of course, it's not safe there. So all the cars would be like, ah. So just pray you get into labor anytime in the morning. If it's past 4 a.m., then you can go. Even if it, no one would want to risk their life and come all the way to that. So I prayed for everything. I prayed for my birth plan in my head, and I told God, I want to give birth at night. I want my pains to start very early during the evening. I want to give birth at night, because by the time I deliver, people would be sleeping. So even if I send people messages or I tell people, if I decide to tell people, then I won't have visitors coming in the hospital immediately. At least it gets time to rest. That is what I prayed for. At least it gets time to rest and inform people in the morning, or people would know in the morning. So I won't have visitors until morning. So that is exactly what I prayed for. So by Sunday, I'm okay. So since I was okay by Sunday, I decided to go to the hospital on Monday. I decided to go see a midwife. Then I went to the hospital on Monday to see my gynae. Now I texted her. I told her I'm feeling this and this and this. So if it gets worse, I might come to the hospital. She said okay. So when I went, she's like, the baby is ready, everything is ready, the position that he's in nice position, everything looks okay. So we're just waiting for Allah's time. It's Allah who will decide what time the baby is coming out, or when the baby himself feels like coming out. So went back home. We spent the whole week having mild cramps here and there. I told a friend or two whatever I'm feeling, and those who know told me I was having what do they call it? It's been 10 weeks and I have forgotten everything. Brixton Hicks. Yeah, the kicks that prepare you for labor. So I had those. So I think I had been laboring for 2 weeks. Very, very acute labor. That's what I would call it now. But since I didn't know about it then, I would say they were very intense. But they weren't. Before experiencing the real labor, they felt intense. But like after experiencing the real labor, I noticed, you can have worse than this. So the second week now, I was at my 39 weeks. On Saturday again, it happened again. I felt the same thing I felt the previous week. At 40 weeks on Saturday, I felt the same. I told everyone, and at this point, my mom is like, "You're just scared," because she didn't tell me it's Braxton Hicks. She probably doesn't know about them. My cousin tells me it's Braxton Hicks. My friend Zahara tells me it's Braxton Hicks. My mom tells me I'm just scared. Ay, baba. Nini? Apple. Haya. Oh. Wow. Mm, mm. Yay. 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 Man, it's hot. I need to come. I need to finish up this video so that we can go and do other things. So, baba. Hi. Oh. Wow. My mom tells me I'm just scared, and my husband tells me, call your doctor. Every time I tell him I'm feeling this and that, call your doctor. I'm feeling some type of way, call your doctor. Tell your doctor this and this and this. So at 40 weeks on my due date, I texted my doctor and told my doctor whatever I'm feeling, and she's like, if you don't feel anything by the day, because it was on a Sunday, if you don't feel anything by Sunday, then come to the hospital on Monday. So by Sunday I didn't feel anything, I was okay. So on Monday comes and my mom is like, you shouldn't rush to the hospital, because at this point, if it's past your due date and you're not feeling anything, these doctors will either put you in CS or they will induce your labor, which both of them aren't good idea as your first options. Just wait a little bit longer so that you can at least feel something. So you see, because the doctors are also in a hurry, they just make a decision for you. They will tell you at this point, if you're in a hurry, let's do the CS or let's induce your labor so that you can have this baby that you want, whatever brought you to the hospital. So now I have other few friends who also went past their due dates, which I had never had the stories before. Nini baba? Ah, basi haya. Oh, wow. So these other few friends who went past their due dates, three of them, all of them experienced, all of them did the CS, because when they went, Actually, one of them said her due date was passed, and what's up? She was past her due date. She wasn't in a hurry to go to the hospital. She didn't do anything. She was just at home. And one day she fell sick, and she decided to go to the hospital just to check up her sickness. And they told her, your baby is way too big. You can't push because it's your first pregnancy. So we're gonna get you to the theater and remove this baby, because even when your sickness comes like severe, it's gonna harm the baby. So I was scared of CS, but I wasn't scared of induction. I I was just like ready for everything. I mean, I did my research. So fast forward so we waited when my mom told me to wait. Apparently, we someone died, so they went for burial. So I had no one to take me to the hospital on Monday. So I waited Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. She was busy. We were supposed to go on Wednesday. She got busy, so Thursday we decided to go. So when we went on Thursday morning, the 27th of October, so when we went on Thursday morning, the 27th of October, I told my doctor I am past my due date 1 week past, and this is what I've been feeling. That week I actually was feeling something, very mild cramps here and there. So she says, I told her whatever I'm feeling, and she was like, you probably seem sound dilated. Just go to the bed, I'll check you up. So I went to the bed and she poked her fingers in, and that was the best thing she ever did to me. Well, it wasn't comfortable. It's not sweet. It's not cute. But like, she helped me. She helped my labor. She actually induced my labor by doing that, because she poked her fingers in and she's like, you're 2 centimeters dilated. But now that I have done this, your baby wanted like a stimulator. He wanted like a something to, like, you know, to wake him up. So you're gonna come back to the hospital either this afternoon or tomorrow. But since I've done this, it's gonna move a bit faster. But we can go home. So I was ready to stay. So even when I told my husband, the doctor said we might go back. He's like, couldn't they just admit you? I bas. He's like, couldn't they just admit you? If she's sure you can come back the the afternoon, why are they telling you guys to go back home? But anyway, we went home, cooked lunch, ate. My mom left. I was left in the house alone at from 2 p.m. By 3, I was walking around the house. I walked and walked and walked. I really wanted the labor to come because I was too tired to wait. And actually, I wanted too much date with my cousin. My cousin gave birth on 27th, the previous year, the 2021. So I wanted too much date. I'm like, I want to give birth on 27th. And since I'm feeling this, and when the doctor checked the dilation for me, she some discharges started coming out because I had nothing. I had no discharge, I had no pain, no nothing. So some discharges started coming out, and I was hopeful. I'm like, I'm gonna give birth today. But like, when everyone is texting me, I'm not telling them what I'm feeling. I'm not telling them I'm feeling like it's today. I'm not telling them that I'm going to the hospital. Even when my cousin was texting me, I'm telling her it might be today. Let's just wait. We have until midnight. I didn't tell her I was going to the hospital. So by 3 p.m., I started cramping again. So I'm telling my parents now, my mom and dad, I'm cramping. My mom is not around. I'm just calling her through the phone. Because she kept on calling me after like every 30 minutes whatsoever. So I'm telling my dad I'm feeling some pain, and he's like, ah, he just scared. So at the time, at 4 p.m., he went to the masjid, and now I'm left in the house alone, and the pain becomes intense. The contractions, because I had downloaded the app, the contractions application, since the first time I felt weird 2 weeks ago, and I had been timing it, and nothing seemed to work or make sense because it only said they're just preparing you for labor. These are not real labor. These are Braxton Hicks and etc. etc. So that time I decided to start timing it. So when I started timing it, it was I think 5 minutes apart, and the application said it's time you need to go to the hospital. So now I'm all alone. My father has gone to the masjid. He's left his phone at home. I'm looking out through the window just to see if I can see anyone. I see my father outside the house seated at Kabaraza or somewhere there, the other house. So I banged the window. I started calling him through the window. He looked at me like, what? I'm like, Twende. He's like, where? I'm like, to the hospital. So he came in. What's up? I told him, I'm feeling it. It's time. Let's go. He's like, are you sure? Call your doctor. So I went in and called my mom and told my mom, this is what I'm feeling and I feel like I want to go to the hospital. And dad is saying, I call my doctor and I don't want to call my doctor. So I went out and told my dad, I have called mom. Doctor is not picking up. I hadn't called my doctor, but I just wanted to go. I didn't want to disturb this woman because even her, she would have just said, come to the hospital. Because she told me when I went there in the morning, she told me when you start feeling anything, rush to the hospital before it's too late, before it's dark. If you're feeling it in the evening, just make sure you make your way to the hospital before the evening. So you don't want to come here at night. But if 8 p.m. passes and you're not feeling anything, you can stay home until you start feeling something. Basically, what she meant. So yeah, we went. I called my husband. He was at work. He came, met us there. He actually reached there before us, and we picked up my sister from school, and we went to the hospital with her. And when we got there, it started getting intense when we were at the bridge. Alhamdulillah, on our way to the hospital. I think I'm gonna continue with this video some other time. I can't do this anymore. Where was I? So yeah, I saw my dad through the window, called him. I had already packed, everything was ready, my bags were ready, even my mom's clothes were ready because she was like, if anything happens, carry my everything, give me a call, I'm gonna come. So we got out. I called my husband. When we got there, he was already there. We got to the hospital at around 5:30. I called my doctor. I told her I'm here at the hospital because I was very sure she was out. She was already out. But I have a feeling she stays near the hospital because when I called, she said Sawa. And then 5 minutes later, she appears in an abaya and in a very informal outfit. I mean, she was looking very not formal. What's the word? Informal. Yeah, she checked me. She was the one who checked my dilations. The nurses were there, took my details, my information, everything. she she checked my cervix and said I'm whatever I ate. I'm 4 centimeters dilated. In the morning when she checked me, I was 2. So that gave me hope because I didn't do anything literally when I went home. I just ate lunch and prayed for it to be the day. So she went away. So I was left with the nurses and my dad, my auntie, and my husband. It hadn't gotten very intense. They brought food, supper, which was very delicious. But I couldn't eat because one, I didn't have the appetite. Two, I didn't have nguvu. I was saving up my energy. Three, I heard people poop in the delivery room, so I was so scared. Well, I wasn't very hungry. So I was so scared. I'm like, I can't eat this food because I don't want to go poop in there. So I tried eating actually. I did try. I tasted the food, it was so good. So I took bites here and there. But when the pain got intense, let me tell you, Nani, pain is pain. Ain't nobody gonna tell you. Ain't nobody gonna tell you. Pain is pain. At To some extent, it feels like very bad cramp. You see the people who have painful cramps now 100 times like that one, like very bad. You can talk in between. You can look at people, you can curse, you can shout, you can do things, but you're not allowed to sleep. Some people can sleep, but I it's not advised because they say when you sleep in between labors, you're slowing labor. Because the more awake you are, the active your contractions are, the active the baby is, they're pushing themselves down, and the easier it is for them to get out of that place you want them to get out of. Uh-huh. So yeah, so after that I didn't sleep, so I don't know what you're trying to say. So I kind of felt I was sleepy. I was super tired and sleepy. At around 7 p.m., my mom came. We were there. My husband started rubbing my back. Happened when it got intense, kinda intense, not very. It the intervals were like 5 minutes apart. I guess what 5, 3. Well, between 5 and 3, I'm not sure. I stopped counting. By the way, I downloaded the counting application since I was home, like 1 week before, because I was too ready to get this little kid thing out of me. This little kid thing out of me. So as I had the little contractions here and there, I downloaded that app, and all the time it would tell me these are just preparing him for labor. These are just Braxton. These are just and the last one, as I timed it, it says it's time to go to the hospital. And I believed. I believed. Yeah. Yeah, so it between 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. is when I experience now the early stages of labor, the pain, because before then it was just uncomfortable. I walked because at Mombasa Hospital we went with a tuk-tuk. It dropped us inside the gate, and I stepped down, walked through the reception, upstairs on my own without anybody's help, to the nurse's place on my own. They gave me a room, told me to change. I did everything on my own, sat down until when the food came. Until when my mom came at 7 p.m. I might be going Belen and you mind this story, but maybe that's how I tell stories nowadays. Anyway, I didn't come with my ring light hook. I just figured the lighting is kind of enough for me to do this. Yeah, Baba. So I'm gonna insert few videos here and there of me at the labor. My very loving, supporting husband recorded for me. Maybe he just did it for the memories, but of course I can use them. They're ours. So I think my mama started calling people that I'm in the hospital, which I didn't want, but I'm very glad that it was at night. So like nobody could just come rush over at whatever 10 p.m. whatsoever. You see, with our culture and community, well, when they hear you're in the hospital, same video is. I don't know what they're bringing. I don't know if it's dua they can pray at home, but I don't know why people rush to the hospital just to see you give birth, and they won't be there in the delivery room either way. So my husband was from work, and at the moment I'd gone to my mom's place. Like that is the place I would stay for my fourth trimester until 6 weeks. So at around 10, 11, he went away. I think they had checked my dilation again for the second time, and I was a bit 6 centimeters dilated. So at 6 centimeters dilated, it got worse. When my husband went away at 10 p.m., between 10 and 11, it was so worse. I started calling my mom, started crying out for her to rub my back and my lower back, the area near the waist. I cried, not really like loud, but like I actually think I had a hypnobirth. I don't know what that really means, but I had a very peaceful birth. I was just on bed. I couldn't, well, not like I couldn't, I didn't want to walk. I did not walk. I just had my Quran playing on my phone, Suratul Mariam. When I left home at 5, I made sure I had downloaded Suratul Mariam, some du'as. I made sure I had charged my phone to 100%. I carried my charger, carried all my cables. are you? By now you'd have watched what I carried in my hospital bag. I think that video. So, uh, yeah, from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. it was just the Quran playing. Alhamdulillah. And at that point, they told me to lay on my back, which I would be facing the wall. I wouldn't be facing the people seated near me. So I faced the wall, listened to Quran, closed my eyes, and imagined nice things. You guys, this thing work. Pray and imagine nice things. Whatever was on my birth plan, all of it. I just closed my eyes and imagine how holding a baby. Yes, my baby. I imagine holding you. Are you cold? So all that worked. By midnight, my doctor came, my gyna, Dr. Tanwira, and I really loved what she did. I really love her work. Well, I do not find her the best in gyna consultations, etc., but I find her good. Well, I've tried quite a few, but I find her very good in delivery. I haven't had any other delivery yet in my life, but I thought that was like quite quick, cute, to the point. You know, I don't know if it's just me. Maybe I'm just lucky, or it's her expertise. So she came at midnight, and this nurse, well, before she came, when I was 6 centimeters dilated, the nurse came and I told the nurse, I am not okay. I am in pain. Just do something. Give me something that will stop this pain. So she's like, did your water break? And I'm like, no, I haven't seen any water anywhere. My water hasn't broken. She's like, let me do something. I'm going to help you. I'm going to help this period move faster and you deliver um, in a very short time coming. So she put her hands in my cervix or whatever it's called. I'm not good with these terms, guys, so don't judge me. So she put her 2 fingers inside. She moved them quite deep and pinched something, and then woof, a gush of very cold, hot, warm, I mean, a very warm water was flowing on the bed that I was sleeping in. Nearly shook her at first. I was just like, ooh, what's that? Like urine, but like a lot. Of course, I knew this is water breaking. So when she did that, it moved from 7 to, it moved from 6 to 9. Yeah. So at 9, from 6 to 8 maybe, it started moving a bit slow. So when my gyna came, this nurse lied to me. Ati, we are going to give you medicine that is gonna give you energy during the delivery because you haven't eaten anything, and we want you to have energy during delivery. We don't want you to run out of energy. Drink your water. They forced me to drink. I drank a lot of water. And one thing, guys, if you happen to remember, or if you're going to deliver and you're taking notes or you're keeping someone accountable, remember to pee. There's a video I watched on TikTok on things to get ready for delivery. If I find it, I might share either in the description box or on the screen. What are you trying to say? Remember to pee kila kitu to. So my nurse told me to go and pee, remove kila kitu, then come back. She put that drip in, which they said it's for energy for when I'm ready to give birth. Haya, see me, I take this thing in. Same as a pain. Same pain. They lifted me up from the bed and put me on a chair. They had me sit direct, facing opposite direction from the leaning part of the chair. So I faced that leaning part of the chair. I sat down on, I was like leaning on that back of the chair where people lean on. Now I was leaning frontward heavy. So, and the drip was on my left hand. So my gyna was like, if you're feeling like going for number 2 to the bathroom, just do it. Push it while you're seated. This will make it easy for you to deliver when you're in the delivery room. Like it pushes everything almost to, happen. So just push as hard as you can. At first, they were telling me breathe, breathe slowly. That thing really worked. Guys, practice your breathing. I practiced this thing for 1 month. Slowly breathing. I held ice for a few days. Hold ice on your hand for like a minute or 60 seconds or more to see if you can survive that pain for that 60 seconds without breaking or doing anything. I mean, do these things you see online, practice them. So I practiced breathing and it worked wonders that day. So at that point she's telling me, do not breathe, just hold your breath. When you feel a contraction come, hold your breath and come on, come on. So I was like, she told me like bite your lips. And so yeah, that's what I did. And that took less than a half an hour. They took me back to bed with my drip still on, and she put her hand in, and she told me, now you're 9.5 centimeters dilated. You are ready. Now push while I'm in. I want to feel the head. I was not yet in the delivery room, guys. Maybe I started pushing. I'm like, yo. She told me, stop. Now let's go. So I went. I'm so glad that I went to the delivery room when I was very ready, when the baby was very ready, and that was past midnight, mind you, maybe one something. So I went to the delivery room, and another contraction came while the guy was still dressing up, and I was like, yo, it's coming. They're like, no, don't push, wait a minute. So my gyna came. She called in my mom. That room was very cute, very private. She called in my mom like, you don't want to come in? My mom is so scared. I wish my husband was there. He would have come in with me and consoled, take memories, photos maybe. But anyway, all along I had my hijab on until when I was told to go to the delivery room. So I woke up from the bed and walked, and it fell down in the corridor. And nobody bothered to pick it up for me. Well, they did, of course. They didn't pick it up for me at that point, which I wanted. I was still in my right sense of mind. I just they were rushing me. I wanted to stand and say, hey, give me my hijab. Like they picked it up and kept it. They thought like maybe nimeangusha or I don't want it. No, I was so okay having it there because I know in the delivery room we had a lot of angels who are praying for you. So now come the easiest part, ironically. For me, the whole pregnancy, labor, and everything, pushing was the easiest. Alhamdulillah, for me, the easiest part of having, because I was praying a lot about it. I even told my mom, mama, pray for me. Niombe nipate nguvu ya kupush, because that is where lives get lost a lot. Mothers, babies, etc. So I was so scared of pushing. I wasn't even scared of labor, of contractions, the same way I'm scared of pushing. Huh? So when my gynae came, I started pushing. I pushed, and then I almost got tired. And then she's like, don't stop. It's not advisable to stop. So I kept on pushing. And then a contraction went away. And she's like, it's okay. Just take some rest. My legs were lifted up. They have very cute bed that have these things that are raised up on the sides. You just put your legs over. So I just placed my legs over, and I was sitting in that direction. Eh, eh. What's up? So it was so easy to like lift up your head because your legs are already inclined. The second time the contraction came, I pushed once, twice, chubulu, chubulu, and literally it was something flew out. They kept the green thing on my chest. They brought the baby on my chest. I had some skin to skin for very few seconds though. With the boy, I didn't see him quite well. I just saw a great. Then they picked him up, went cleaned him. Actually, no. This now the scariest part. The boy came out. It was placed on my chest. The boy didn't cry. The boy wasn't breathing. They acted very calm. I saw it on their faces that they didn't want to panic. So they took the baby. I think one of them wanted to say something like, the baby might be tired. Just so to keep me calm and not make me panic because now the baby hasn't cried. So they took the baby, placed him there, did their things, they cleaned him up, and I think they stimulated the parts. He woke up, alhamdulillah, in very few seconds. And yeah, that's what he did. Yeah. He started crying. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was so happy to hear him first cry. Not this type of a cry, Baba. They cry, the newborn cry. Ciao, my boo. Ciao. So my guy now was talking to me as she was teaching me. She said it was only first grade tier. She stitched me and that thing is so painful, very uncomfortable. She even gave me those masindano ya ganzi. She doing at 1, 2, 3 until 5, but I was still feeling it. Ah, how uncomfortable. So that was the worst part in the delivery room. After stitches, they took the baby to the nursery. They shifted me to another bed, took me to my room, told me to rest. Rest ni nani? I asked for my food, the food that I left at 7 p.m. I asked for my food and they brought it. Time of birth 1:25 a.m. My boy Awadh Awadh was born at the Mombasa hospital by Dr. Tanwira. MashaAllah, thank you so much. And the nurses, they were so polite, so kind, all of them. No one talked to me rudely. Everyone listened to me. I think they listened to everybody. I don't know, but I had a very good experience there. After that, at 2 p.m., I asked for food. I ate. After eating, I can't sleep. So now I took my phone and started texting people. Hey, your boy is here. I texted almost everyone, knowing that it's 2 p.m. Nobody's gonna rush here. I'm gonna have my time to rest and my time to celebrate and my time to think about it, just to digest everything in my head. But alhamdulillah, that's all. And I'm glad my mother was there. She's so proud of me. She calls me a strong woman because she never had me scream. She never had me cry. And as I was telling her, I am ready, I feel it, it's coming, I'm feeling something, I feel like pushing. She's like, no, you're not yet there. I know people who are there. You're not even crying. She expected me to. People think I'm a soft girl. Even my husband think I'm a softie. Y'all, I'm a mother. Like God made me a mother. What do you expect? Anyways, alhamdulillah. I take this moment to pray for everyone who is praying for the same blessing. Inshallah, may Allah give you what you desire at the right time. May Allah give you what you deserve at the right time. And when you pray for having a baby, can you remember to pray to God to give you a baby when you are ready? Because you do not know when you are ready, but God knows. So ask God to give it to you when you are ready. Because when you just ask for it, it can come now and you will feel all types of way. Kumbe you had other things to do. Maybe you're not ready. So inshallah, I hope everyone of you is happy. If you're on the waiting list, keep waiting. God sees you now, and just focus on the positives. Inshallah, everything will fall through. And here is my bundle of joy, who is crying 1 minute, and another minute he's sad, and another minute he wants attention. That is my mama's boy. For now, he won't be a mama's boy as a man, of course. He's gonna be a man. Jama, eh, Jama, eh, yes, Baba, yes, Baba, yes, Baba. So thank thank you so much guys for watching. See you in the next video.